In this video, I'll show you how to integrate the Makemetryon widget into your website. The implementation is the same for all Makemetryon widgets. We'll use the jewelry viewer as an example, but the same approach applies to every widget. Let's start by adding the iframe. Go to the Implementation tab in the Makemetryon dashboard and copy the iframe code. The public key is already included in the URL. Next, let's implement the Open Widget action. The documentation provides 3 ways to open the widget. The first option opens the default model configured in the iframe. This is useful for quick testing, but in production, you'll usually want to open a specific product. The second option uses a SKU. A SKU is unique within your domain. You create it manually in the Makemetryon dashboard, and you can edit it whenever you want. Since most stores already use SKU, this is usually the easiest option. The third option uses a model ID. The model ID is generated automatically when you upload a model. It's unique and cannot be changed. Both methods work exactly the same, so choose whichever fits your project best. In this example, I'll use SKU. My products already contain a SKU, so I'll simply copy the Open Widget by SKU example from the documentation and use it inside my Open Modal function. When the user clicks the View in 3D button, Open Modal is called with the product SKU. Inside this function, I first change the modal from Display None to Display Grid, making it visible. Then I send the Open Widget action to the iframe together with the selected SKU. That's all that's needed to display the correct 3D model. Now let's look at Load Model. Just like Open Widget, Load Model accepts either a SKU or a model ID. I'll simply copy the Load Model by SKU example from the documentation and place it inside my Load Model function. To demonstrate it, I added a few buttons inside the modal. These buttons are only for this demo. In a real application, they could be a list of similar products, product recommendations, or any other products you'd like to display. When one of these buttons is clicked, we call the load model action. Instead of closing and reopening the widget, it simply replaces the current model with another one. The iframe stays loaded, so the transition is much faster and smoother. Finally, let's handle closing the widget. We'll start with a custom close button. I'll copy the close widget example from the documentation and add it to my close modal function. Inside this function, 2 things happen. First, I hide the modal by changing display back to none. Second, I send the close widget action to the iframe. Hiding the modal only updates the user interface on your website. The close widget action tells the widget itself to stop running and close its internal viewer. Both steps are necessary. If you're using HUD equals true in the iframe URL, the widget also includes a built-in close button. In that case, add a window.post message listener. When the user clicks the built-in close button, the widget sends a close widget event back to your page. We simply listen for that event and hide the modal, exactly as we did with our custom close button. Both approaches produce the same result. The difference is simply where the action comes from. Use your own buttons if you want complete control over the interface, or enable HUD equals true if the built-in controls fit your design.